there is a light outside and a brick wall.
What a view.
You're getting the view of some side building, like a little alleyway, and there may be a sign that is casting some green light from the street around the side. And you can just sort of see down. You're too high up, and you look up, and you can see a little strip of reddish light, like the sky is red.
I think I've been in this hotel when I was in Hong Kong.
And there's a bunch of dust from now, kind of like raining down on you from the moldy curtains.
All right. Okay. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
My wife needs something.
I know I've been to this hotel. It's called the Lemon Hotel.
Name anything that people buy at the Lemon.
It's Chinese people, man.
Oh, lemon car, very good.
Oh. Lemon's yellow and citrusy. Good for you. Good name. No. We have a law called the Lemon Law, as in the law that is used to describe a product that is just bad for manufacturing. So, Marty, speaking of your background, it looks like you've got like just a cop car just out your window all the time.
Oh, it's a TV with the hockey game on.
Okay, because it's just like it's randomly blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, red, blue, red.
Pick a color!
I could turn it off if it's bothering you.
No, it's fine. I was just wondering if you had like the kappas outside your door.
That's my TV.
It's your TV. It's your talkie
I
box.
say.
Your talkie box.
Oh, there's so many people that need pain delivered to them.
As I.
You wake up at Fleabag Motel.
Yup. What do you do? It's like, do I know anything about a hotel? Not really. Oh, good. Well, this is weird. Yeah. Aye. Only person left to cheer for is the Senators. Do.
Yeah. Although
I couldn't win when I was in the town.
I'm cheering for Nashville because Nashville has PK Subban, which is a guy who was on the Canadiens before, and I think the Canadiens made a horrible trade. So.
Okay, so because normally, like, they boo hiss. Oh, we traded them away. They were terrible.
Nope.
Ooh.
Arguably equal defensemen, but one is 4 years older, and we ended up with the older one. It was a stupid trade. All right, Azildan. The mini fridge kicks in almost like with an insistence.
Okay. He's gonna open the fridge, see what's in there.
Okay. There are all sorts of little bottles of alcohol and little candied treats wrapped up inside of wrappings. There are annoying yellow stickers that are on everything. They have numbers on the stickers. You also notice that there are a couple of bottles of what you think are just water.
Okay.
The sticker on the bottle of water is 8. There's no currency symbol or any other. It's just 8. And then the prices of the things in the fridge go up from there.
Oh, okay. Is maybe some water will make him feel better.
Okay.
He'll take some water.
All right. Are you taking the bottle and carrying it with you, or are you going to drink some
Yeah,
water?
he'll take a sip of water and carry it with him.
Okay, so you crack it open. It's this weird flexy bottle, but it's see-through, and it has this strange thing that says prime spring water.
straight from the plane of aqua.
The water does not have the sulfuric taste to it.
Oh, well, this is good stuff.
In fact, it's pretty clean. Like, probably the cleanest water Azildan. Did you spend a lot of time in the wilderness?
That's crazy talk. Alright, yeah, he pockets the water,
Okay.
and he is going to try to get down the hall.
Alright, so as you're crossing the room, you close the fridge door, ignoring the little treats inside and the alcohol. When the telephone buzzes again. Boop, boop,
Oh.
boop, boop.
Goes back, he answers the phone. Yeah, I
Sir?
already got my wake-up call.
A car is waiting for you, sir. It's a limo.
Oh,
The sound of the voice sounds mildly impressed, as if she wasn't very enthused with you the last time she called. There's a clicking noise, which kind of indicates that she's no longer there.
oh.
Then it makes this rude buzzing tone, like something's wrong.
Okay. Puts it down. And he's gonna try and leave the room again.
Alright, so this time you keep your eyes down and the telescopic effect, the vertigo doesn't happen. Okay, you're kind of standing on the edge of the hallway.
He just kind of watches his feet and kind of looks up every now and then, trying to find the lift.
Right. So you wander the halls a little bit, and yeah, you can hear people like talking in some. You can hear people maybe fucking in another one. You can hear somebody crying in one. Maybe someone left on their TV too long, and the person beside that one is getting angry and banging on the door. You hear some heavy thudding up above and a distant sound of a jackhammer.
Is that the first couple that are? Mine.
Eventually, you do backtrack and go the other way, of course, and
Yes.
then you find a lift. Metal doors. There's a button.
He summons the lift.
Okay. You gonna go down or up?
He's gonna go down.
All right. So you push down, and eventually there's something that happens behind the metal doors, and the metal doors open. And inside this cramped little space, there's this horrible music with this sense of desperation about it. We'll call it experimental jazz.
Okay. Oh.
And inside is a similarly dressed, you almost thought it was the same guy as before, this little goblin-faced man in this ridiculous suit that is standing there and smiles at you.
He gets in
Okay?
and keeps his distance from the thing.
Alright, so you notice that there's an array of buttons and numbers on them.
I've
There's
got
there's roof, -1, -2, -3, -4. You're probably somewhere around the -13th, because that light is on.
okay.
And then it goes all the way down to like -40, and then it says lobby. Or L, which you assume is lobby, and then
Yeah.
there's a B for basement.
Um,
There's a P
I've-
for something, but you don't know what that
Okay.
means.
I've got a car waiting for me. A limo,
Okay.
actually.
The little guy pops his dirty fingernail out and touches the button for L.
Yes.
The doors
lobby.
close you in, forcing you to listen to this horrible music. It's like somebody knows music really well, but had a gun to their head while they were playing.
Okay.
And it's annoying. It's like once you thought that there was going to be this kind of like repetition to the music, it changed.
Okay.
Little goblin's hand goes out like this after he pushes the button for you.
There's no money by any chance in the pockets?
No, you actually find a little piece of paper in the pocket.
What is on that paper?
It's a number, 17.
17? It's
Just 17.
He shows him the 17, and do his eyes light up at all?
No, he seems to get annoyed and puts his hand down.
Must be mine then.
All right. Eventually, there's another ding. Anyone get on the elevator with him?
Of course.
Okay. So you stop off at minus 23. And who gets on the elevator with him?
Somebody with a pet.
Okay. It is an older woman who's dressed like she's 40 years younger. And she's got this little Pomeranian with these kind of pom-poms coming out of the top of its head. Kind of, you're not too sure where her hand begins and the dog ends. Kind of nuzzled into her. It's definitely resting on top of her because she's sagging a little bit, but she walks in. Oh, her perfume. Oh, God. It's like eye-watering kind of perfume. She's got her little bag and she clutches it like you're the scum of the earth. Parking garage. And then he holds up his hand for her, and she pretends not to see it. And kind of, oh, The relief is finally this ding as you leave. You realize you've
Dives out the door.
as you've reached the lobby. She seems to be going a couple levels beneath you to something like P1 or something like that. The lobby was once a grand place, and the people in it seem to have aged just like the building did. But like they never left. Saggy, big, odoriferous, moldy, crusty, bent over people. The fountain in the center of the grand lobby no longer works. There's a funky smell coming from it. Kind of like a half-rotten, like some dead rats crawled inside, and half like sulfurish.
There really must be a better establishment around here.
The youngest woman here is a middle-aged, large woman sitting behind a desk talking on a phone.
He approaches.
You recognize her voice. She watches you as you exit the elevator. The goblin's still holding out his hand for you now that you've reached your floor. You
Give some five.
he pulls back his hand as if he knows this one, but you manage to slap him anyways because you're pretty fast. He clutches his hand in pain. There's a large, red-skinned, devilish humanoid, big, burly man in a black suit that is standing there beside the desk at the lobby. The woman's still chattering on the phone, but you don't think it's work that she's chattering about.
Okay, he heads towards the exit.
Okay, the large man takes a step in front of you, kind of as you're arriving. This way, sir. He croaks in an impossibly deep voice.
Oh, all right. You must be my coachman. I mean, driver.
He's not friendly.
Yeah, driver.
He doesn't stick out his hand to say hello. He just turns and starts walking towards the door.
Well, at least he ain't asking for money.
He pushes open the door and holds it open for you as you step outside.
Okay.
Outside. Ah, There's a sulfurish smell in the air.
Alright.
The buildings are tall. Everything is covered in concrete. You don't see a plant anywhere. Not that you think a plant could live here. It's kind of got this weird heat, but also mixed in with the smells seem to be riding on the moisture in the air. Like there's a heavy humidity.
Okay.
There are some steps that lead down from this place. 2 goblin servants that hold open the doors have their hands open. Of course, you have no money.
Ignore them.
You ignore their wrinkly faces as you pass without tipping. A long, ostentatious, black horseless coach awaits. The buzz of a neon sign behind you causes you to glance. It says no vacancy and Hotel Premicus.
Premicus.
The O and the T are faded and flickering in the word hotel.
Nice.
Hell, Permicus.
The large devil servant opens the door to the coach near the end, and inside looks like an inviting black-leathered, comfortable space.
So, where are we going?
He grimaces at you, like he doesn't want to have to talk to you.
You know, because
You have an appointment.
Yeah, with whom?
The Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management, Home Office.
No shit, eh? Alright. He gets in the car.
Inside is black leather comfort. With rich-looking concessions and crystal glasses, the coach is separated by an opaque glass sheet from the driver's bench. The devil servant must be the driver. You feel the coach kind of like jump on its hinges a little bit as he slides in. You can hear a door close.
Big fella. Alright, do these drinks or anything have numbers on them?
There is a crystal. There are several like really nice glass bottles that remind you of a bottle that. Ew. A name comes to you and kind of flits away. No, they don't have any numbers on them.
Well, then he partakes in a little libation
Okay.
on the trip over.
It's bubbly. It's nice. It's quickly fleeting and leaves you with a taste for more.
Oh. Then, well,
Did
I
we
guess-
mention addictive?
Wow, seeing this is free, I pour himself some more.
Alright, so as Azildan partakes in a bottle, you realize as you are driving through the streets of this strange city,
What do I see on the streets of this strange city?
great looming buildings, many stories tall. A reddish sky kind of peeking between them, like the clouds themselves are painted orange, and there's something angrier and darker and redder that is being shielded by the buildings. Give me a perception check. As you're riding along these relatively smooth streets compared to you being on wagons before. Wagons?
That's crazy talk, wagons.
Hell is New York in the 80s.
46.
The buildings are enormous. They seem to almost be causing a claustrophobic reaction when you're looking up at them. It must be why there's not a lot of people on the streets. With a 46, you manage to catch glimpses of people living in the alleys as you pass. Almost like the buildings are hiding with their facade. A facade. The distraught creatures roaming in between them. Not living in buildings, but living on the streets. These thin, broken, miserable creatures kind of hunched over, looking for things or for trouble. The cracks in the street, with the horrible creatures that live within it. There is definitely a class system here. The people that live in these buildings must be princes like none other. Even the goblins, you think, probably fare better than these wretches. So you drink some sort of strange champagne-like substance while you're in the Okay. Eventually, the car does pull up to a building and stops.
All right.
You spent a lot of time in the car. Some of the time you actually spent not going anywhere because there were cars ahead of you. The trip was probably about 2/3 waiting, 1/3 driving.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's hell, all right.
Mark, you don't want to move to Toronto.
No.
When you step out, the concrete jungle of the even busier place, or at least the more towering, more developed place, smells of sewer and sadness. If sadness ever had a smell. There are foreboding steps that lead up to this grand, large skyscraper of a building that seems to be trying to reach out to touch the reddish sky itself. There are a few desperate vendors that seem to be around the cab, or around the limo as it pulls up. And then there are some down-on-their-luck types in the looming shadows of this towering edifice. There is a man that is standing inside of a circle penned in chalk. Although the chalk seems to be on top of like actual etchings in a patch of concrete that is much more older than the stuff around it. He seems to be going on about something. The end is nigh! The carpet is being pulled right out from under their feet! Demons are being swallowed! And we are next! The hells are next! There are two low-grade, sneering copper types that are leaning on a wall nearby. They've got their billy clubs in hand. They're just watching him. Almost as if there's something keeping them from going over and walloping this destitute man who's got these thinly veiled rags over his crusty body. Might be something to do with that circle.
Yeah.
They're talking quietly amongst themselves. Ah, here comes another wretched lamb for the slaughter, he says, as the guy who got out of the car and opened your door for you is not following you up. He just looks like he's just waiting beside the car. This guy points at you because you stopped and regarded him for a moment.
Yeah.
No! Wait! And he looks startled when he sees you. He's the slaughterer. Hunter!
Do I remember the shit I've done?
True law! There's genuine fear in this old man.
Crazy man in hell called Azzy True Law. We don't bring him back. We smash his head with a rock. And
The old man fell backwards, trying to shield himself from you.
Oh, I ain't gonna hurt you.
They've fallen from grace. The corruption is the way. Is the way.
What are you going on about?
Excuse me, sir. You crossed the line. No, I didn't. And one of them points with his club, and when he fell backwards, his pinky finger went outside of the chalk circle.
You gotta feel bad.
The officers move quickly to take the old kook away, one of them giving a good bash over the top of the skull.
Oh, chance that wasn't really necessary, was it?
The other one gives him a little butt into the into the ribs, and the old man doesn't seem to be able to do anything but thrash wildly and fall to the ground in a heap.
Yeah, that was neither.
They then begin to drag him off. Nobody lifts a finger. Mind your own business, sir.
Alright, sorry. Apparently, I got an appointment. It's in a limo.
They ignore you as they're dragging this guy around the corner of the building into the shadows.
Alright, I'm gonna go to my appointment with the wildlife planner people.
Okay. There's a dirty toothbrush and some nail clippings that are inside the circle.
It's gonna pick them up, if only because it's unsightly. Pockets them.
Okay. You reach the entrance to the edifice of this building. There's a normal door, although made out of glass, and it's marked out of order with a sign that's hanging from it. Leaving only fast-spinning, relentless, revolving doors of glass and metal.
Alright, he tries to time it.
One of the three is stuck. Some poor soul is still inside. They look like they've been there for a while.
Push! Push!
The person kind of weakly tries to get up, and they look really brittle. There's one that's spinning at a regular pace, and then there's one that's spinning impossibly fast.
Okay, we'll be hitting that regular pace one, I think.
There's a cleaning crew standing on the other side of the window on the inside, just standing there, kind of looking at the really fast spinning revolving door. You do notice that a couple of the panes of glass have like a reddish paint on the inside of them that's been splattered.
Oh, yeah. You blokes might want to put up a sign or something.
They're on the inside of the building. You could just see they're obviously just standing there, little goblin-faced men just standing there waiting.
Right. Yeah, he takes the normal speeded revolving door.
Okay. With your dexterity, DC 5.
It's not guaranteed. Yes, it is, actually. If it's a check, it's guaranteed.
Yep.
Provided do I have my magic equipment?
No, you're naked. You have nothing on you.
Alright.
Aside from a suit and the accoutrements to the nice suit.
If I roll a 1, I fail. Roll a 19. So, 23.
Okay.
Or, sorry, 22.
So even though it's not...
Mythic?
Yes, he has Mythic.
Cool.
You navigate through the spinning thing. It's almost like they're spinning of their own accord. Like they don't need much help to achieve a really fast speed. There are others that seem to be used to it, and they're coming in and out. Like you paused for a moment. Some guy brushed into you hard, and didn't apologize, as you could have paused on the other side.
Nice.
He's got a suit.
Looks at the cleaning.
He's got a suit and a briefcase, and he's just hurrying along to something.
Right. He looks at the cleaning crew that's kind of looking at the fast spinning one.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's one with a mop and a bucket, and he's just leaning on it. And there's another one that's just crossing his arms, and there's a guy with a checkboard, and he's got a pencil on there, but it looks like he's doing his work really slowly.
Aye, maybe a bit easier on the grease next time.
They quickly turn to ignore you, like you talking to them has brought attention to them, and they seem to be scurrying about. Like they go in 3 different directions away from you.
That's right, you don't get paid to stand around.
Okay? Bunch of dirty looks as you raise your voice to the cleaning staff. You're in this really echoey hallway. There is a big high desk, almost like a judge's bench, and there's a sign nearby that switches its words so that you can, its letters kind of reform so you could read it, and it says reception.
He goes to the desk.
There's a little waiting area with this sad plant. You glanced at it and you realize it's not even a plant. It's made out of like that same material that the bottle of water was in,
Oh.
or that the water was in that you grabbed from the fridge. And there's some really uncomfortable looking marble benches.
Do I have to take a number, or do I just sit and wait?
It doesn't look like there's anybody waiting up at this place. Although you go all the way to the reception, and there's a woman there that she looks down at you. She's staring at you.
Greetings. Name's Azildan. I have an appointment.
She then leans back, and kind of where you're standing, you can't quite see what she's doing. That's how high the
Okay.
page is. You thought you heard like the rustle of the page. With whom do you have an appointment?
The Ministry of Wildlife with planes and things.
I'm sorry, there's no Ministry of Wildlife and Planes and Things in this building.
Well, just a second. Do they have one of those directories at the bottom there?
You start looking around, and you actually see beside these very large lifts, and there seems to be multiple of them, and people coming and going. You do see Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management, Home Office.
That's it. That right there. Ministry of Wild. Yeah. The Home Office. It's me.
Give me a charisma check.
Oh shit.
Welcome to my world. Oh, you failed.
8.
Okay, she doesn't seem impressed with your inability to read. Her eyes narrow behind her glasses. She pushes her glasses up. They seem to be sliding down her nose constantly, despite the little bit of tape that she's put in the middle.
I've got an appointment with them. They sent a limo and everything.
And which ministry is it?
The Ministry of Wildlife Management. And he looks back at it, and Planner's just, damn.
And with whom do you have an appointment?
Fuck if I know.
Your name is?
Azildan.
Could you spell it for me?
Yes. He's just being difficult right now.
Please spell your name in full for me.
A-Z-I-L-D-A-N.
Surname?
No, I ain't got one. Really. I am occasionally referred to as Azildan of the Tangled Trees.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, arguably, yeah.
Okay, she writes down some things. Do you have any credentials?
I have,
You have a toothbrush and some toenail clipping.
no, I don't.
She seems to disapprove of this. You can wait over there. She points at this single chair off against a wall, furthest from the elevators.
Fine. Goes and he sits down. Glad I brought a book.
Alright, the title of the book was, You Were the Most Important... It says, You Were the Most Important Person in the Multiverse.
Yep.
It repeats the title on the first page. You are the most important person in the multiverse. You are the only relative being. Don't let anyone else tell you any differently. Live your life to your fullest. Don't compromise with anything. If you cannot have something, then you are not trying hard enough.
Oh, seems a bit harsh, but all right.
Okay, it reads like a book, the ultimate self-help book.
Okay. Interesting. Different points of view. All right. I should kill him, how you say? Well, that seems a bit harsh.
You should kill your adversaries, but only if you could get someone else to be blamed for it, or there's no chance of you ever being discovered and being blamed for their deaths.
That's a bit twisted. All right.
Remember, you're the only one who's important.
You know,
Forget everyone's
thinking to
but
himself,
you.
I'm surprised someone this self-centered would bother writing a book for other people.
It also goes on to seek like-minded individuals who also know the rules. And then extols how if you know the rules better than those that know the rules, then you can climb the top of what they call the pyramid of society.
Well, that makes sense, actually.
But if you know how to kick people through the wall of rules, then that makes you the Chaos King of the world.
But then you've broken the rules and there is no pyramid to climb.
Anyone who criticizes these rules simply is too stupid to play them, or does not have the moral conviction to rise to the top, and therefore should be ground underneath those who at least respect the pyramid.
Okay.
You overheard your name being spoken, but you don't know what happened after that. Yeah, at least an hour has gone by the 13-hour clock that is on the wall.
Okay. Well, he's gonna have a sip of water.
Okay, the water tastes nice. It reminds you of how much better this water is compared to the sulfur taste that is around.
All right. He goes back up to reception.
Okay. You notice that some cleaning guy is setting up some sort of machine over in the corner. People have come and people are going.
He kind of knocks on the reception desk.
Yes?
Hello, it's Azildan again.
Do you have an appointment?
You're joking, right?
I'm the receptionist. We don't joke.
Yeah, I talked to you like an hour ago. You told me to go sit in that chair.
You had an appointment to sit in the chair?
No, it wasn't to sit in the chair. It was to see the Home Office of Wildlife Management. Fuck! We go back to the thing.
Okay, it reads Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management, Home Office.
Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management, Home Office. That's where I'm supposed to be.
Yes, they're located in this building.
Yes. You told me to sit in the chair and wait for my appointment.
With whom do you have an appointment?
I don't fucking know. A Z I L D A N Azildan, sometimes referred to as Azildan of the Tangled Trees.
Yes, she writes that down as well. Surname?
There is none.
Well, Mr. Tangled Trees, there's a chair over there. It does not seem to be occupied.
Yeah, it's not occupied because I just got out of it, actually.
Well, then you're in luck. And she disappears behind the desk.
Curious. Got this urge to put pointy things in her face. And he goes and sits in his chair.
Okay. By this point in time, the sit isn't as nice as the last time. It's a little more aggravating because you have to sit in this uncomfortable chair again. But then there's this guy going by you with this machine that seems to be buffing the floor, and it's making a loud noise, kind of. And he seems to want to do the squat around you while you're waiting.
I can miss the spot over there.
Another hour goes by, Azildan.
He does not get out of his chair. He just yells at reception. Aye!
Little gopher of a woman with her spectacles. She pushes them up on her nose. Yeah, it's pretty much the same one. She's got the same piece of tape on her glasses.
Still waiting? Can I get an update or something?
She disappears behind the lobby.
Okay. He hides the chair.
You hide the chair?
Yeah.
Can you stick the chair in the shadow of the big receptionist bench and there's no chair?
And he walks up to reception and knocks.
She just gophers over the side and looks at you. Pushes her glasses up. Her nose, you realize, is chafing a little bit.
Good day, mates. I have an appointment with the Office of Planar Wildlife Management, Home Office.
I do believe that you mean the Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management, Home Office.
You are correct.
With whom do you have an appointment?
Mr. Red?
And your name?
Azildan. No surname.
Spell it for me.
Azildan.
Mm-hmm. Surname?
None, as per my previous statement.
All right then, Mr. Azildan, with no surname. The elevators are on your right. Actually, it'd be your left. On your left. You can go up to the ministry reception located on floor -4.
Thank you. And he goes to the elevator before she tells him something else.
All right, so you go to the elevator. There are buttons. There are some that are up and some that are down.
All right.
There's a guy who kind of pushes over like near you and he's tapping the button to go up. I'm fucking late. I'm late. What did you do?
He touched all the buttons.
Oh, you're not in the elevator left. You're still in the lobby.
Oh. Okay. Where are you going?
I'm a typist. I'm a class 4 typist.
For what office?
The typing room.
Oh, the typing room.
They don't like it when you're late. They don't like it when you make mistakes.
No, I don't imagine they do.
Yeah. And the last person that made a mistake there, they had their fingers broken. They could never type again. Last thing I'm gonna do is end up on those fucking streets again, man. Last thing.
I don't blame you. Tell me, do you know anyone at the reception for the Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management Home Office?
No. I wouldn't go up there.
Why not?
I still got family.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, they're still alive.
Hey, why you got an appointment there? What am I supposed to expect?
Oh!
Hey, stop talking. Listen, you start talking. Oh, when we get in that elevator here, we're stopping on every floor.
No, that'll make me more late!
Yes, it will.
Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management Home Office. Do you know who could be up there?
I haven't the faintest.
Then why are you going?
Because they sent
Don't
a
you
limo.
know to read the fine print before you buy, sign, agree to, handshake, or basically breathe?
I just woke up in a hotel today, and they sent a car.
I remember my first day too. It was the best day of my life compared to all the others.
You're not making this seem like it's going to be a good day for me.
Cherish it. Cherish it all.
Cherish it, you say?
Yeah, he's nodding. You didn't even know where you are.
Hey, Chuckles, I can still hit them buttons.
You're on the furnace. It's the first layer.
It's the first layer of L?
Oh, that day was so great. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. Can I stay at your room?
Sure?
Gentlemen's agreement.
Wait, yeah, sure. There's two beds.
He's holding out his hand.
Wait. What's the fine print?
Yeah, you got me. I'm not really good at this. How long can I stay in your hotel room?
You can stay until I decide you can't anymore.
Individual clause. Non-standard. Agreed. If it's one night, I could get just a piece that night. Primicus, right?
Sure.
Thank you. I'll go there right after work. If I still have a job.
Well, hey, even if you don't, you can still stay in the room, right?
These much heavier doors open. They're much angrier. They clatter open. And there's a sign that says, due to cutbacks, there is no liftman.
Oh, it doesn't seem so hard. Just hit the button.
And then there's a sign that's kind of more angrily written, more hastily. Only push buttons for the floors you wish to go to. Or else.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's
Deflating my balloon.
I'm crazy enough to push all the buttons. All of them!
Yeah, but look at it this way. Maybe if they fire you from the
I'm getting fired?
No, if they fired
Why
you.
would you say that? Why would you say that?
Hey, you wouldn't stay in my room.
He keeps on tapping minus 21. This building has minus 99 floors if you count the L, a couple of B's below that, and then was it R at the top, which says roof. You do see that minus 5 is minus 21 just says the typing room.
Okay.
-5 says Office of Contracts. -4 says Ministry Reception, or the Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management. Management is condensed.
Yeah.
Home Office, you're assuming what HO means.
Yeah.
And that's at -4. -3 says Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management, home HO. And then -2 says Private Office. -1 says Penthouse, and then there's an R above it.
And what does the sign say?
Only push the buttons you wish on the floors you wish to go.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
floors you wish to visit.
And the last two you described?
Penthouse and R.
Penthouse.
What? Are you insane? You must...
It says only push the ones I want to go to.
Why would you want to go there?
Because apparently I don't want to go to the office of Planar Wildlife Management. Oh.
Please let me have a job. Please let me have a job. What are those things called? I always forget. I remember, but then I forget. You know those things.
Jacob.
ODS. I always forget their name.
Say that again?
GODS.
ODS.
The music here seems to be less frantic, but still kind of Muzak-y. For some reason, saxophone is the music of elevators.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
The doors have clattered now that he's tapped -21 typing room, and you've pushed the penthouse room, and the button stays on. A nice reddish button, a nice reddish glow from these elevator buttons. The elevator makes a noise at first, but then seems to actually be pretty calm. There's a slight tone as you reach each floor as you're going up. Azildan's probably not one for math, so it's like
No.
he doesn't quite get the negative numbers, but it's counting.
They doing
backwards
things
for some
backwards
reason.
here.
A little dash in it.
They do things backwards here. Fucking taco people go.
We only use taco around these parts. Or a couple decades
The plane
ago.
of Thaco.
Okay. The elevator stops all of a sudden at 21. Immediately you hear what has to be 1,000 people on this floor, all sitting at little desks separated from each other with typewriters. Rows and rows and rows of them. Columns and columns and columns of them. And you can see these mean-looking men in sharp suits striding amongst them, kind of keeping watch, and it looks like they've got these little canes in their hands. You notice that there's some kerfuffle off to the side as there's some blubbering woman that is being dragged from her seat into some back room. Wish me luck, he says. And then he clasps his hand over his mouth like he said something that was completely wrong.
He just gives him a thumbs up.
Okay. He takes a step in. You heard somebody go, Mr. And did you catch his name?
Some weirdo in your room.
Yeah.
You thought it was Mr. Epithan.
Epithan?
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Epithan.
The elevator stops prematurely at some number between -20 and -5, we'll say. This goblin with a cart full of books and stacks of letters wheels it into the elevator. You get the sense that there's a flurry of activity on this floor.
Okay.
It says mail room.
Yeah, mailroom.
Mailroom's
Lots
on
of
the
contracts going out. Says to the goblin thing.
He sneers at you like he's miserable.
Now, don't be so cross. That you wouldn't have a job. Then you'd be living it. You'd be living out on the streets.
You looks frightened at this.
So you're happy to have a job, aren't you? That's what I thought.
Are you mad? And he glances at the numbers on the elevator. He just clutches onto his cart, white knuckled. He's holding his breath, almost like he doesn't want to offend you, and he's afraid that maybe his breath might offend you.
You may breathe.
Making these little whimpering noises. He stops off at -5, which is contracts, and wheels his little cart in. The letter falls down.
He picks it up.
Okay. It has a name on it. It's addressed to the Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management Home Office.
Okay.
Comma, and I need a name for the city.
New York.
Manhattan.
York. Manhattan.
That's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna take this note down. I'm gonna put it in Azildan's hell story somewhere. Azildan's backstory. No.
This really should be the memo to set to friggin' Mr. Red that Azildan, a Mr. Azildan of no surname.
Ministry of Planar Wildlife Management Home Office, comma, metropolitan area of New Dis.
Nudists?
First layer of Bator. Hell. Attention. Duke Sargranus.
Okay.
I'll paste that.
Duke Sargranus sounds like the name of a buttery beach. Obviously a pushover.
And it has a bear print paw in the return address area.
Okay. Does that trigger any?
Yeah, there are memories of goodness and
He opens it.
okay. The elevator doors are closing at this point in time. The goblin didn't realize he dropped a letter. There is a fresh-smelling vellum and this really earthy smell. Oh, it smells like home.